Alright, let's get back into some Avowed. Try out my new team. Alright, we have a fuck ton of side quests to pick up.
If you're going out to the Highlands, watch your back. They're dangerous.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days.
I'm glad to bring joy to a little miserable place. Is that what the mud and gore caked on me suggests? Civilization? Seems like there's plenty of civilization going around here in Third Born. Save your flattery for someone. Who cares? What do you want?
Oh, it's nothing so grand as your capital city and its glittering port. Even this outpost's lighthouse, fair though she is, would reach only the knee of Wodaka's statue in High Crown.
Sounds like you have a fan, envoy. Or at least your homeland does.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade.
The pride of High Crown. I served among them once.
And now you are relegated to the fringes of the Empire, like me. Ah, I'm wandering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga. They saw Adir with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Nostalgia and alcohol are a dangerous mixture.
I am drunk on memory only. And perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends.
If you want me to find your crew, Captain, say so.
You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them?
They're probably fungus zombies, but sure.
I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Tawe, Koa, and Ranga to share one last drink with me, it's you. Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Tawe. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix. Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul. She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
Of course. You have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Hey.
Dude's landed on thick. Alright, got it. Ooh, bounties. Love me some bounties.
Enjoy. Boy, let me, it'll be good. Put him out of his misery, will you?
Okay.
You there. Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today? Really, it's radiant. I've got a bit
That
of a
was weird.
personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help.
What's wrong?
Ah, a kind and helpful soul comes to my aid. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier.
If it's so embarrassing, why not get the package yourself?
My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll.
You're standing right next to some, you idiot.
What? No, that's crazy. You're so crazy. We certainly don't need to tell Hajime about our crazy ideas either. Ah, good. Thank you. Well, looks like you best
Apparently
be
he
off.
believed the lie
Be
that I
sure
won't
to
tell
get there
anybody.
and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting. Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up. Welcome back.
We take all the lockpicks.
Why do you spend so much on glaze, Merrick? Your pots look fine.
They're urns, they're ashes. They're supposed to look dignified on a shelf.
Well, why does it matter? They're dead. Looks like a waste of coin to me.
Yeah, I'm not taking advice from someone who makes molds to shit in.
Okay, yep. Next one pointed this way.
Ah, isn't this a surprise? Giada, come say hello.
Godlike. Over here.
1 second.
Who needs fabric? We still have stuff.
Why am I just running in a freaking circle?
At least we know where we're going.
Okay. Got that as wrapped up as I can for right now.
Godlike. Winds above. You're really here. I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge.
Sounds like a child.
It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like my Uncle Capo.
I've heard of Capo. He's a local hero, right? The one who killed the Leviathan above the market?
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work.
I've known plenty of heroes. You'd have to become a legend to win a fight like that.
Exactly. Uncle Capo's the greatest warrior Thirdborn's ever seen. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Capo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
If you need.
Let's see what he's
Let me
got.
guess. My Nikai sent you. That kid's been muttering about sending some new hero by.
I did meet Chaco seems nice.
Damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up, but there's not much point these days. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had real heroes. I've slain 1,000 Zorops, wrestled rock beetles, even slew the Leviathan.
Got a heart of iron, they should have given you a medal.
And a fair wind, too. What a legend it is. I had but a few harpoons and a single boat that morning. It had taken days to track the creature. My food and water were running out. When I found it, the beast heaved itself up from the water and crashed down onto me. And there, I thrust a harpoon deep into its belly and killed it. Oh, it took days to tow its body back on the flotsam of my boat.
Not that anyone asked, but it sounds to me like the fish killed itself.
Ah, well, those days are long past. I'm a sick old man now. Not much I can do in Thirdborn anymore. Still, maybe Chico was onto something when they sent you. You're the one who cleared the dream thralls at the gates, aren't you? Ah, good to know someone is looking out for Thirdborn at least. I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. One hero to another. I promise it'll be worth your while. I want to see my heart one last time. Will you get it for me?
What? Sorry, you're what?
A Leviathan heart is a rare thing. When left out in the air, it becomes as hard as Adra, and 100 times as valuable. And I had the only one in the living lands. I couldn't just leave it on my kitchen table now, could I? No, I kept it safe. Hidden up in the godless ruin along the coast. But now, I'm dying. I can feel it in my bones. I don't have long, and I'd like to see my treasure one more time. Get it for me, and I'll see you get a reward.
I can do that.
Beyond that, well, I left that old ruin with a few tricks for would-be thieves. Step carefully.
Huh. A trapped ruin that isn't from the Godless? It'll be interesting to compare.
Good luck, godlike.
Right. Any other side quests here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go Shatter Script. Okay. Sure. Okay, so we'll wrap that out. Let's. So many people. Okay, nothing we need there.
Yatsley. We're no all of this is behind us, are you going back to Fior Mesivernal?
Let's see what Mare's got to
Listening
say.
to Yachtley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else.
You don't trust her?
Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
You seem to be really bothered by this.
Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Thanks for talking.
What's he got to say now?
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it.
Worse places than a hot, barren land filled with chasms and sinkholes?
At least I know how to deal with those sorts of things. Rope, lantern, extra water skins. Yachtley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders.
What's going on with you? Where's all this coming from?
Nothing, I'm fine. Forget I said anything. I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin.
What other options? This is the only one I'm aware of.
Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess. Anyway. You too.
Holy conversations.
This
Maybe I'm
place is
getting
bad enough
training
before the drum scourge.
from him soon, like
Now
I
it's
did
downright
with
hazardous.
Kai. I believe we can cure the dream scourge.
I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. And everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
I think I'll be able to handle it.
Maybe you will, but what about poor Kai? Huh? What about him? Just keep your head and you'll be fine. Let me look out for the others. What do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
Okay, he's done all his
I
stuff.
hope Thirdborn is a good community for my people.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course.
I don't know what you were expecting. I suppose a bath could be arranged if you asked nicely. I was under the impression you liked it rough.
When the mood is right, I find I like everything. I'm going to write Quilici tonight. Make sure he misses me. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind?
The jar you had me fetch, was it worth it?
I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find.
Is that how you got that burn? Running around old flammable ruins?
I've yet to be burned in a single flame trap, and I don't intend to start anytime soon. Fair guess, though. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
When you say everything.
I mean, my arm wasn't the only casualty. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end.
Did you ever end up getting the spell right?
Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams.
Are you sure you only had dreams, not nightmares?
Nightmares are still dreams, Envoy. Just not ones you'd recommend to others. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams.
Kinky little furry. Personally, my favorite dreams involve several lengths of rope and an enticing courtier from home.
Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release knot if you ever make that fantasy reality. Someone should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
Goodness, we're feeling very honest today, aren't we?
As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
When were you last year?
6 years ago. Feels longer now. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
Yeah, I felt that when I returned home from my first campaign.
Then you get it. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
Thirdborn you described sounds more like legend than reality.
I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and Merc brew after a long day's patrol tasted better than any feast. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death.
They're facing the brunt of the dream scourge that would take a toll anyway. You're in mourning for the home you left?
Left is a generous way to put it. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving?
Thirdborn will change and adapt with the rest of the Living Lands. It's not enough to run from something, you need something to run to.
And right now, they're drifting. Yeah. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your Empire and our scattered settlements. Between releasing Egwolf and thwarting the Steel Garrote and Emerald Stair, you've opposed your Empire's interests. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
Adir's interests are unjust, and our alliance with the Steel Garrote led us down a dark path. Highguard and Lodwyn aren't the final word. I'm loyal to Adir's interests in my own way. I follow my principles, not my commands.
That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow.
So tell me about Tama's badge, the one you're looking for.
A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauataian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him. I can take watch. I'll be up a while anyway.
See what we got.
The Dream Scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the Living Lands.
We'll stop it somehow, have faith. Even if we heal the Living Lands, we still need to wrestle it away from the Steel Garrote.
How can anyone expect us to do both? As if the Dream Scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adirans are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness.
Cruel but effective. I would expect nothing less from Lodwin. My people are in dire need of correction.
Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three.
We can. It won't be easy, but we'll make it.
You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Until next time. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsley. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsley, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
We all need a few bad influences in our lives.
Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Not any good reason for it. Maybe she knows more than she lets on.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. You too. I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. Finally, I had a moment to myself, and look what happened. The Steel Garrote invaded the Living Lands. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell.
You want to talk about it?
Only if you can stand the ramblings of a depressed bookworm. I used to think I had it all figured out. The Living Lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that?
You don't know she's mad. You're not alone. You also have an envoy, a mercenary, a tracker, and a scholar.
All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if Animancy has no future in the Living Lands? What if my entire career was a mistake?
Have faith in yourself. You chose this path for a reason. That doesn't make you a failure. Think of it as a new beginning.
Did I? After what happened to my parents, I always thought the path chose me. You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. Pleasant dreams.
Alright, everybody's been talked to.
Come on. Please.
Exit here. Let's keep them.
Seeds of change. Their petals sprout across the barren land.
Can't have a single night's sleep,
Sing
man.
to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe.
The soil of Scatterscape.
A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong.
Why would you want Thirdborn gone?
The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone, We wish for life to flourish again.
That's what people are doing in Shatterscape. They're trying to make a new life. There's life in Shatterscape now, don't you see it?
Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot.
We don't need death for things to grow. Suppose that's sometimes true. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
There we go.
Army and a desert of dream thralls. How long till they fix this godforsaken platform?
We took you in when the dream thralls swarmed. We weren't bad company, were we?
That's neither here nor there. Just don't want to get killed.
Can I not? Oh, apparently not.
It will be better for all of us if we fix the lift.
Get them to fix the damned lift, won't you?
How the hell do I get up there? Nope. I'm supposed to go around somehow? Right.
We don't have to know each other.
Most certainly don't. What are you doing out here?
I don't owe you any answers. Go away. Some of us are trying not to be found. Some of us just... Fuck. Fuck! I should have been there for him.
Then what happened?
No. The whole unit was pinned down. No escape. I couldn't have saved them. No chance. Gods, what am I gonna do?
Cowards don't prosper. Go back to Thirdborn. Or go back before Thirdborn realizes what you've done.
Have you lost your mind? I'd rather take my chances with the Dream Thralls. Can't go back to Thirdborn. Can't go through Eagle's Reach. This place is just fucked. It's all fucked.
Perhaps we should just leave him be.
Watch out! Reinforcements!
Invaders in the garden.
Where did my fire go? Did I deactivate my totem? Alright, says there we go.
I'm not a medic.
I'm sorry,
as such,
but those are our options if you want to reopen the mines.
There is no if. We must reopen them. But if you think we're about to let Adir go and take our...
We've no designs upon them. Again, I only want the mines running for Thirdborn. Ah! You must be the envoy. I hoped you might stop by. Welcome to the mines.
I see the sands didn't swallow you whole.
We've been discussing how best to reopen these sulfur mines. Sulfur's a key ingredient in gunpowder, which is crucial for Thirdborn's defense.
Tell me about the initiative. What are you trying to do? I'm glad we're making alliances instead of enemies.
Oh, my sentiments exactly.
Kind words are worth nothing. We need the sulfur for our weapons, Seon.
I agree. You need to be able to fight the Dream Thralls on your own terms. But if you won't allow reinforcements to come and clear the spiders from the mines, it won't happen.
I don't need the details. Just tell me how to help.
If you destroyed the spiders' nests, it'd be a tremendous boon to us all. Isn't that right, Carter?
Don't presume to speak for me.
The mine's entrance is just down the path. Speak to Darla, the guard at the gate. He'll let you in.
Something. You. I've not seen you around before.
What do you do here?
I sell things to people who need things. It's an eclectic collection. You want to see my wares?
Damn right. He was definitely right. It's eclectic.
Something for everyone.
that's more spiders and shit. We'll take a look at that in a bit.
We're not too well on. Hopefully you can change that.
I saw you talking with our overseers. I'm guessing they sent you over to clean out the mines then? Take care of Thirdborn's mess.
That's right, let me pass.
Alright. You be careful in there, Envoy. These are dark times. We don't need more good Adirans lost for nothing.
Just a minute. Let me out.
Oh! I have no idea what just exploded me there, but ow.
We've got company. Patience, dearie.
Another soul for the wheel.
Just a minute.
I need a
Delicious.
least you'd have a lovely view as your juices are sucked out.
How am I supposed to destroy it? Fire. Got it. Oh. No.
It looks like this mine was unsafe even before the spiders came in.
Burn it down. Yeet. Around. I really am excited for a gun playthrough and a magic playthrough. Throwables. There we go.
Keep quiet.
Patience.
On your right, dear.
Enemy to the right.
Feed them to the earth!
Get folded. Those not fire. Those are.
Yardsley, well done.
Child's play. That's done.
Okay. Ooh. Margaret's force, huh? Stamina while blocking, plus 15% fire damage. Nice. I need to go get that purple chest. That drops me back down, so...
Thank Wodaker you're back. We haven't much time.
Oh, good. A frantic man with explosives. We should go now.
Let me guess. You're with the Steel Garrote. We stopped you in Fior Missivernal, and we'll stop you now.
The Steel Garrote? I wish I served beneath their banner, but I suppose that doesn't matter now. Envoy, I need you to listen. We have one chance to avert war with Thirdborn, and it's by blowing up the mine right now.
Answer me, soldier. Who are you and who gave you these orders?
I am Darla, serving under Captain Weemgar of Eagle's Reach. My order from him is only to guard the mine.
Then guard
My
it.
initiative to blow up the mine comes from nowhere but my loyalty to Adir. You know, I've heard of you, Envoy. I know you've seen war. You know what war is, don't you?
War is how I earn my keep.
I'm sure it is. But a swift campaign is better than a costly one, isn't it? Please, listen. We're opening these mines so Thirdborn can mine sulfur, right? So they can have ammunition for the Dream Thralls. I mean, what help did Thirdborn offer when Shadclef burned down? What about the scouts who went missing in the Shark's Teeth? They'll strike at us as soon as they have an opening.
Ah, yes, because nothing averts war like an unprovoked attack.
Half these people served in the Rowatine Imperial Navy, and the other half were pirates. It's only a matter of time before they turn their cannons on us.
Anger swathed in fire, teeth at the throat. Who bit first?
You don't know that?
No, I don't. But that doesn't matter. What matters is whether they can try. Please, Envoy. There's no time. I need to work quickly before they notice I'm gone.
No, you're making a mistake.
My mind is as pure as fire. I thought you would understand. Fine. I'll do what I must.
I need a move.
Patience,
Gather
dearie. Just a minute. Easy when into it.
Gotcha.
Ah, Envoy. Good to see you again. We wanted to,
I want answers, Envoy.
we saw the guard, Darla, headed after you, and, heard some, shouting. What exactly happened?
Daryl tried to blow up the mines. They were traitors. I killed them.
I don't know what to say.
Really? Say on? No ideas at all?
Please, Carter. Know that neither I nor Weemgar had any idea. None whatsoever. Once we're done here, I shall order a full review of our ranks. If we have any other rats, I shall deal with them myself.
You know, I'm inclined for once to believe you.
You've done well, Envoy. Because of you, Adia's word matches her deed. Thank you.
I hope you two can keep the peace.
We'll do our part.
I'll manage it from here, Envoy. Don't worry. The mines are open and free again, so all should be well.
Sweet. Alright, go ahead and wrap up this one here. And catch you guys in the next one.